Hi everyone! Today I'm doing my first sketchbook tour. I'll show you two of my sketchbooks and talk about how I use them and why I'm using two sketchbooks at the same time. Let's start with the spiral sketchbook. I bought this one first. The first sketch of the cats is from 2012, from a trip to Madeira. I started filling the pages one-sided at first, and I've later gone back and sketched on the back sides of the first pages, and I'll continue to do that. This sketchbook is actually not even halfway done, but the other sketchbook is almost full, and I wanted to do a sketchbook tour at the end of the year. So I was using this sketchbook, and at some point I lost it. So I bought a new one, and then I found this one again, and I had two of them. However, these two sketchbooks are quite different, so I started using them for different things. This one has white, smooth pages and it's perforated, so you can tear the pages out. The other one has more yellowish paper and it's a bit more rough. So I decided to use this one for nice sketches and the other one for the ugly ones. And that means that I put down ideas in the other book and draw the more refined sketches for drawings and paintings and coloring pages in this one. If I need to transfer the sketch onto another surface or I want to scan it, I can tear out the page and do that. And when I'm done, I'll tape the page back into its place. I saw this tip in Bailey J's videos and I thought it was really handy. Both of these sketchbooks are A5 size, but my art is often A4 size. So for some of the sketches, I take a scan or a photo of it and print it out in a bigger size, refine it with pencil over the print and then transfer it onto watercolor paper and so on. This book has my Christmas coloring card drawings and some Inktober stuff too, that I inked straight into the book. In that case, I might not draw on the back sides of those pages because the ink is showing through to the other side. This book also has a few pencil drawings of leaves. I made a speed drawing video of the Monstera leaf and an ASMR real-time drawing video of the geranium leaf. And there's a quick illustration for a class assignment on the last page. Now moving on to the ugly sketchbook. The first sketches for some watercolor illustrations are from 2014. The first speed painting video I made is actually of those trees. This is the sketchbook I actually use more, and the first pages are already falling out. You'll notice that it doesn't just have drawings, some pages have a lot of text too. When I get an idea, I like to write it down. I'll also do a quick sketch if I feel like it makes me remember the idea better. I also have some DIY instructions written down in this book, but it's mostly ideas for paintings and drawings and video ideas as well. I might also see a nice image or a painting and then try to roughly copy it in my sketchbook, and I might end up using some aspect of it in my own art. When I made my first patterned envelope designs, I probably searched for tribal patterns on Pinterest, drew down some parts I liked from different images and then combined them to make my own pattern. This book has the initial sketches for many of my speed paintings I've uploaded on my channel, so I've sketched out different poses and elements and then chosen which ones I want for the actual painting. It also has sketches for my graphic design application pre-assignments. The assignments were a clown and a roller derby match. I did not get into graphic design, by the way. I'm studying IT business. They do partly overlap. I have taken some graphic design courses too, but it's more about programming and business. The book also has a lot of ideas I haven't used yet. When I need an idea, I can just flip through this book and I'm sure I'll find many ideas I had already forgotten. I mostly sketch with a normal pencil, no colors, but sometimes I also want to mark down good color combinations I've seen or test different color combinations on small thumbnails of the same idea. I usually use colored pencils for that, but I have also gone back to decorate some drawings with a highlighter marker afterwards by drawing some geometric shape as a background, just to make the sketchbook look more interesting. This fall I've also started sketching just for the sake of sketching. So I've gone through my travel books about Egypt or something and sketched pictures I found interesting, or paused a TV show I've been watching and used the frame as a reference for a sketch. Sketching is less pressure for me because I don't usually film when I'm sketching. Filming is always an added pressure that I didn't feel before starting YouTube. I felt more free when I drew or painted just for myself, or even when I posted the finished works online in DeviantArt, or when I posted process photos in my blog. So sketching without the camera rolling kind of brings back that feeling. I'd like to know if you use a sketchbook, and if so, how do you use it? Does it have finished colored works, or do you use it to jot down ideas? I also made an art tour of my finished artworks in 2017, so go watch that if you haven't. And I wrote a blog post about how this year went for me in YouTube, so you can read that if you're interested. Happy New Year and thanks for watching!